Once upon a time, in a peaceful little village, there lived a small and very greedy dog. This dog had a shiny coat and a tail that wagged all the time. But there was one thing about him that everyone in the village knew. He was incredibly greedy. One sunny day, as the dog was walking through the village, he came across a delicious-smelling bone. It was the biggest bone he had ever seen, and his mouth watered just looking at it. Without thinking, he snatched it up and ran away, not wanting anyone to take it from him. As he ran with the bone in his mouth, he couldn't help but feel proud and important. He thought to himself, "This bone is all mine. I will eat it all by myself, and no one else will get even a tiny bite." The greedy dog found a quiet spot by the river and settled down to enjoy his newfound treasure. He began to chew on the bone with great excitement. But as he was chewing and savoring the taste, he happened to glance at his reflection in the river. To his surprise, he saw another dog in the water, and that dog also had a bone in its mouth. The greedy dog didn't understand how there could be another bone just like his. He wanted both bones for himself. So, without thinking, he barked at the dog in the river, hoping to scare it away and keep both bones. When he barked, his bone fell into the river with a splash. The greedy dog quickly realized that the bone he saw in the water was just his own reflection. But it was too late. The bone had sunk to the bottom of the river, and he couldn't reach it. The greedy dog felt a deep sense of regret. He had been so focused on wanting more that he had lost what he already had. Now he had nothing. He sat by the river, feeling sad and lonely, with an empty mouth and an empty heart. As the sun began to set, the dog finally understood a valuable lesson. Greed had cost him his bone and his happiness. From that day on, he decided to be content with what he had and to share with others when he could. And so, the once greedy dog became known as the kind and generous dog in the village. He learned that happiness comes not from hoarding and wanting more, but from sharing and appreciating what you already have. The villagers admired the dog's newfound wisdom, and they all lived happily ever after, knowing that greed can lead to loss, but kindness and sharing can lead to true happiness. The end.